Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Now to the important task at hand, and that's unpacking these Congo Atheris squamangeras. And what we'll do is there's...
Yeah, one says dickhead.
Yes, Joe said that is the dickhead of the bunch. It's just difficult and unruly. So he's given them names already, so I will probably keep those names. So what we have to do here, and this is going to be sort of a slow, arduous process. We also keep in mind that the lights will go off suddenly at 7, so we have to be sort of ready for that. Is because some of these animals are available to people whom I know, and I'll offer some to some zoos and stuff. I am going to give them a unique identifier, and I am going to take a picture so I can share the picture as well as publish it in various places that snake people look for species they're interested in. Squamangers have attitude, but they hook well. They're easy to keep, and their bite is not too toxic. There is no specific anti-venom. Rumor has it that Echis anti-venom from South Africa, the polyvalent, is paraspecific, which means that it will neutralize some of the components of the venom, but maybe not all of them. But this is just information that's not scientifically proven out. But if somebody gets a bad Atheris bite, they use either anti-venom for Echis or Cerastes anti-venom if you happen to have some. It does exist. It's mostly in the Middle East. That's reported to work also. But we're gonna start with this. Squam, I don't know if it's male or female yet. DBZ for Deadly Beautiful Zoological. 16 for the year. First animal, 001. So, I know this is all going to be boring, and we're not going to videotape all this, but we will introduce you to some of the animals. But this is what we have to do, and I don't kid people when I say that this takes a lot of my time and a lot of Mrs. Viperkeeper's time to keep up with all this stuff. The whole idea of bringing in animals directly myself or with a colleague like Joe is, for me, not to make money on it, but not to lose money either, and to have nice specimens for the collection to show you people and such, since these are wild caught and they've been at Joe's for a few days. Let me move my water because I'm not fond of insecticide in my water. If I start twitching later, it's not like I'm trying to snake mate or something on you. It's just that I've got neurotoxicity from the from the spray. So these guys are not terribly toxic, and I am not as stringent handing these out to people because they will make you very miserable but probably won't kill you. Hello, how you doing? You're a boy.
Oh, pretty.
You're a boy, come on.
But I want to climb.
Yes, well, see, these are arboreals, that's why they're called bush vipers.
Mm-hmm. Look at those big, beautiful eyes. Oh, cutie.
You entertain him, and I will put a male symbol down because I am reasonably certain that this is a male. Elvis is looking
You gonna try to come climb on the camera?
quite bored. See, you could even tell from the top that that is likely a male because the tail does not drop off really quickly. Can you come back here to the center so I can photograph you? Huh?
I'm in a little bit of trouble sliding around there.
If you just hang out here in the center,
Nope.
you know, that's not going to work either because, you know, I just noticed that I've got this huge reflection from the overhead light.
Yeah.
And on the black, it's really tough to read the identifier. We'll see how that looks while he's squirming around. We've got squirmy squamies.
Hi, little Squammy. Aren't you cute?
So,
And of course you refuse to eat.
squamies are generally resistant feeders, especially when they first arrive. So, sometimes you have to do things in order to sort of get them jump started. If I don't feed them and if they resist and stuff, they will just deteriorate and stuff like that. So if I can't get them to take food willingly, like this little male is more interested in getting the hell out of Dodge here, you know, I will have to restrain them. You don't like that, do you, huh? Well, I don't like it either. There you go. And we do the 3-strike rule. Get your junk out of the way. Hey, watch that fang. Roar, roar.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, use that on the little mouse.
Okay. You're going to spit it out right away. You're not going to even give me a chance. You're not going to even try to assist feed, huh? Okay. Well, since I'm here and you're not going to be reasonable, I'm just going to shove it down your throat. I know this is tough, huh? I don't like doing this any more than you like me doing it, but this is the way things go. See all the skin folds? He's, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of meat on his bones, so we're gonna give him some meat. Here, would you rather do the second one yourself or not? No? It's just less time consuming for me to do this. I mean, the other alternative is like, you know, my friend Nate at M-Toxin does, and several of the other toxin labs, you know, they just go the old Bill Haas method and just tube feed them with a mixture of nutrients based on baby food, and just feed them every week or whatever it takes to get them going. Me, I'll just do that. It's too much. Well, it's not too much. You know, I would rather feed them a natural food this way than an unnatural food, because my goal is to get them feeding, whereas these other folks at these other labs, you know, these are coral snakes, and they're very difficult to feed. They only feed on snakes, and subsequently, you know, snakes are in short supply, and these people are running venom lines. So we have anti-venom made primarily. Subsequently, they don't have time to mess around with it. Now, sometimes just bringing the animal out of its cage, like I've shown Mrs. Viperkeeper several times with, you know, the ceratophoras. Sometimes if you take them out of their environment, you can get them to focus on feeding, rather than, you know, the ceratophora, if I leave some of them in the cage, they'll never eat. But as soon as I pull them out here, they eat quite handily. They just realize that, oh crap, Viperkeeper's pissed. If I don't eat this, he's going to shove it down my throat anyway. So that's what I think is the deal. But, you know, I try to give the animal every possible chance to eat on their own. But it's better to start force feeding early than late, because the outcome is a whole lot better. You're not fighting the clock. They're not metabolizing muscle in their bodies. That muscle metabolism is bad for the kidneys and liver. So it's much better to start feeding them earlier rather than later. Now Mrs. Viperkeeper is being very quiet because she fears the trolls that are saying that she talks too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been having fun with trolls on the Viperkeeper site. And it doesn't take me much provocation for the inner puff adder to come out, and I dispatch them as quick as a puff adder would. Come on, girlie. Huh? Come on, you're being difficult. Huh? Alright, come on. Put your head over here so I can pin it. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad, huh? You gonna do the fangy thing, huh? Come on. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll just sort of wait and see if she will eat that on her own, since I got it in her mouth. Females are much more inclined to eat it once you get it in her mouth. I'm sorry, that's going downhill fast. But these girls swallow. That's the whole idea. And, you know, sometimes you really have to sit here like a statue for 20 or 30 minutes, and the moment you move a muscle, they'll spit it out. And this is very, very common with the perps and the wet tars. You can spend literally hours trying to get one snake feeding. Now you see this female is already starting to make the eating motions that we all like. And so we're just going to let her go. And what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to stick another one on the end there when she starts to get it down her gullet. And this way I don't have to restrain her again, and she gets 2 pinkies and not one, and I may actually try to sort out and look for a little bit larger one. But this is called assist feeding versus the force feeding, which you saw me do previously with the male. So, you know, could I do this a lot quicker by tube feeding them? Absolutely. Mrs. Viperkeeper has seen me tube feed many times. It's a lot easier, faster, quicker. But once again, I want to get this animal started on real natural food, you know, rodents and such, rather than have it, you know, tube feed it and it, you know, it becomes accustomed to baby food, or it doesn't really like baby food. And, you know, I don't like doing the baby food either, because sometimes they regurgitate, it gets in their mouth, it clogs their windpipe, makes it difficult to breathe and stuff. So I would prefer, you know, not to go that route unless it's absolutely necessary. Are you having trouble with that? Huh?
She's trying. At least she's got the right idea.
No, I think she'll be okay. I mean, that was not an oversized one that I didn't think that she could handle in the first place. It's funny. It's always cool to watch squamingers, and these are Congo squamingers. I got quite a color assortment with this latest shipment. As squamingers like to use their fangs more like meat hooks than other snakes that I've seen. You always see that fang go erect, you know, when they move that top mandible forward to pull the food back. And it's just sort of a reminder that they, you know, sort of have concealed carry there. They're armed, and don't forget about it. Come on, lift your head a little bit. Let's not be difficult about this. Yeah, good girl. There we go.
Elvis just popped up and was staring at me.
Yeah, Elvis is... hi, bud. Elvis is looking at me like, please let me out. I want to come out and play. You know, but the weather's just... You know, the roads are awful. The car's out. You know, I'm working with these guys because, you know, if, God forbid, I got bit by one of these, it would not be a medical, you know, drop everything, you're going to die in 15 minutes sort of a deal. That's why I'm working with these hot but not so hot snakes. You know, a lot of the viperids and stuff will cause you a significant amount of pain, but, you know, generally speaking, you know, getting to the hospital in, you know, an hour or two's time, of course you want to get there as quickly as possible, but it's not like I got, you know, tagged by an elapid where every second counts. Not that every elapid bite is instantly lethal, but you don't want to be outside of the hospital without access to resuscitative equipment and anti-venom for very long. You want to be there as quickly as you possibly can, and this is true of any venomous snake bite that you might have. It's just that these guys being very small with small venom glands, it doesn't constitute, you know, pull your hair out, call 911 sort of a deal. Not that I call 911 anyway, that's a whole different issue. Hi, bud. He's like, shut up and let me out. Hi, dude. I know I don't have any food for you right now. You haven't been eating. It's king cobra breeding season, and Elvis seems to be really more interested in locating a female, or at least moving out of this location, which definitely doesn't have a female, although Elvis would look pretty funny out in the snowdrifts right now. Hey, dude. Hi. I know. I know. I see you.
Open the door. Don't
Yes.
you understand, you silly human?
Yes, he's saying, boy, did I end up with a dumb human. Right, huh? Did I end up, am I a dummy, huh? Yeah, I still love you anyway, huh? Yeah, you're a good guy. You're a good guy overall, but I can't let you out with Mrs. Viperkeeper here. Not that I think that you would do anything, it's just that I don't take chances with Mrs. Viperkeeper. She's a very important part of my life. Hi, yeah, you're not coming out. Okay, so she's good. The male is just going to be unhappy, that's all. At least I think this is a female. Come on. At least yeah, I believe that's a female. I think I was right. There you go. There you go. You go in there. Well, let's move on to the next one. Well, this is a male. Hello. He's a nice one too, huh? Look at that.
Beautiful.
And, you know, the males have been more like, I would just rather leave than have anything to do with this guy. And I can understand that and appreciate that. But you're here, you're under my care, therefore...
We're not going to let you starve to death.
Yeah, not on my watch. Here. Now, we can do this nice, as Tina Turner would say, we could do this easy or we could do this rough. Come on. Now, you can also go the route where you crank them up and piss them off by tapping their tails and getting them to strike, which I can do, but I think this guy would just flee rather than hold his ground and want to fight. I mean, there are I've gotten squams before from like Tanzania further east, and they're a lot more feisty than these guys seem to be. Those guys would readily strike at you in the container and try to bite you, and these guys are like, I don't know what the hell you are, but I'm not going to piss you off because you're bigger. Come on, I want you to eat. Okay, so no eats. So what we're going to do is we're going to get him to straighten out a little bit, and we're going to gently hold him by the neck and wet that down. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Oh, I don't want to open my mouth. Come on. Oh.
Wow.
Well, see, that's the right way to do it. Hurry up there. Come on. If you take two, I will leave you alone. There you go. Sometimes you get lucky. That was getting lucky. I mean, they all don't do that, but, really that's the intent. Oh crap, I've got something in my mouth. I need my fangs to be clear, so I'm just going to swallow it down. Others will shake their head violently and throw it across the room. This guy didn't, so this guy gets to go back in his bin and enjoy his digestive process.